Welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is May 15th, 2022. We are on episode 34. I'd like to say thank you to all my returning subscribers and welcome to all my new subscribers. I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada. My name is Roz and I live with my husband and my two kids who are 12 and 10. It's been a bit of a journey to get this episode out. Hopefully this video works well and I'm able to use enough of it to make a video cast for you guys and actually get it up on YouTube. I recorded on Friday when there was almost nobody home in my house, just my husband, and he was very quiet. And the audio was not syncing properly with the video. So I tried a new microphone and it connects via like the USB-C, but I had to use like a different connector. So it sometimes would be in sync and then it would like get out of sync and then it'd be in sync and then out of sync. So it would look like I was, talking like lip syncing when it's not quite right. Yeah. Anyway, it was annoying me, so I scrapped that one. Tried again. I tried with my earbuds in, but it makes a very like nasal hollow sound. I don't know how else to describe it, because the earbuds are like, they're like in your ear and they're picking up your voice from inside. Excuse me. So it just didn't sound right either. So we're back to just the phone microphone. Hopefully you guys are only hearing me and not the rest of the sounds in my house, because today is Sunday and both my kids are here playing video games downstairs and my husband is downstairs doing something, I don't know what. And so hopefully there's not too much background noise, and now there's a plane flying over. So it's just, that's life, right? You gotta roll with the punches. I really wanted to get something recorded and out, so here we are. So today for you, I have what am I wearing, finished objects, works in progress, stash, next on my needles, events, and some chatter. So let's get started. First up is what am I wearing? Today I am wearing my Millie Margaret shawl. It's a shawl, but it's quite like thin and narrow, so it's much more of like a scarf. It's very light. It's perfect for spring weather when you just need a little something around your neck to keep you warm, but you don't want a big, bulky something. It fits nice under like a light jacket or a sweater, so it's worked out really well. I just finished this one earlier this year. If you want to see more in progress details about it, feel free to check out my previous episodes. If you look in late December, early January, you'll see my trials and tribulations with this one. Totally my fault, not the pattern at all. The pattern is wonderfully written. This is the Millie Margaret shawl by Jennifer Lassant. And I will link to this along with everything else that I talked about today in the description box below. I will also have the Ravelry links clearly marked in case you're unable to use Ravelry. And I try to find alternative links where I can for any of the patterns or yarn, so you don't have to go through Ravelry. But there you go. There's my spiel. So yeah, the pattern is really good. And I did this as part of this pigskin party, which is hosted by Boston Jennifer Lassant, and I got like extra points for having a designer. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I got extra imaginary points in the knit along. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit flustered this morning, to be honest. I am now put myself on a time crunch to record because we're going out for a walk. So if I'm talking faster than normal, it's because I want to get through everything that I want to talk about in time to go for a walk. So, anyway. And hopefully it doesn't start raining during our walk. We'll see. The yarn that I used for this is Knit Picks. The striping one is Felici in the Slumber Party colorway, and the center panel is Stroll in the Vibrant Violet colorway. So, yeah, So, and I love the detail on the center panel. It was a little finicky, but once you got the hang of it, then it was all good. You just had to kind of count your rows, whereas this one, was just like increasing every once in a while. The I-cord edging on this, I'm sold. I-cord edging on things like this to make that nice rounded flat edge, like, it is beautiful. Okay, that's enough talk about that one. Let's move on to finished objects. For finished objects this episode, I have three finished hats. And these are hats that you have not even seen before, I believe. So there we are, 3 finished hats. I will tell you all of the details. They are all knit out of the same pattern. The pattern is called In Transit by, and I'm looking at my notes, which are down below again, Allison O'Mahony. I hope I'm saying that right. So I'll hold up just one so you can kind of see. I have not woven in the ends yet. Some of them are woven on the inside, but the end one is definitely not. And I will do that soon at some point. So this is a super fun pattern, just a little color work section in the middle, lots of plain rounds, and it has worked up really nicely. I think they fit really good too. I'll put one on so you can see. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my hair too much, but yeah, they've got a nice fit to them. I did go up a needle size as called for in the pattern for the color work section. It worked great. It made a super stretchy, even pattern, and I'm super happy with them. So these are going to be gifts for Cooper's teachers. As I've said before, he's in a learning community, so he has multiple teachers. He's in a middle school, so they have different teachers for kind of different subjects and stuff. So I'm making a bunch of hats for his teachers. So this was the first one. I knit this out of Knit Picks Mighty Stitch, and this is the Mulberry colorway and silver. So yeah, I think it turned out really well. This is the first one I made, just gotta decide like pom-poms, and I gotta wash them and all that kind of stuff, but I'm super happy with the progress there. And then I found some other scrap yarn, bits and bobs, and I had some of this fairy tale, and then again the silver, because I had a whole ball of this silver left. So I've used up the, and I did, you can see, get this again, I didn't do as many rows before I started the color work on this one. So I just had a small ball of it, and I didn't want to run out, and I knew I had lots of the silver, so there is that. So again, the same pattern, same concept, and just need a little blocking to even out some of the color work stitches, but I think it turned out super. So yeah, fairy tale and silver. And then the third one, I found some rainbow scraps. It's so cool, guys. So the red, the yellowy orange, green, and blue are from my BC hat, which is a Malabrigo Rios yarn. And if you want to see my BC hat, you can either check it out on my Ravelry page or look at my Instagram or in previous episodes. I know I've shown it because it's a super cool hat. So it's based off of the BC flag. But yeah, so that was a kit that I bought from A Twist of Yarn and Vernon. And then this orangey orange and the purple is Knit Picks Mighty Stitch along with the silver. So yeah, I did this cool rainbow effect. I hope it comes through. You definitely don't see as much of like the blue and purple because it's full into the color work. But I think it looks nice. I think somebody will like it. So that was the third one. So 3 hats, 3 finished objects. And that is that for finished objects. And we will move on to works in progress. First up for works in progress, I have my long-term work in progress. So this is my Hinterland. I did put a couple rows on it since I've talked to you last. Get some excess yarn out here. But it probably doesn't look that much different, but let's see if I can spread it out a bit so you guys can see beautiful patterning that it's doing. Yeah, so this is Hinterland by Jennifer Steingass. So I still love the pattern. You know, do my color work need a bit of work? Maybe, but I'm loving it. I think it looks great. I think this wool is going to block out beautifully, and yeah, I can't wait to do more on this. Oh, I'm losing stitches. Hold on. There we go. let's zoom those up a little bit. Really need to get my stitch stoppers out, but anyway. So, yep. This yarn is Cascade 220 in the fingering weight, and the purple is dark plum, and the light gray is buff. So, yeah. So keep working away on that. I did kind of take a peek at like how many rows I have left in the color work chart. It's lots of rows left. So yeah, like I said, it's my long-term project, but I'm not disheartened about it. I'm just gonna keep plugging away at it, a few rows here and there when I can, and eventually at some point I will have a full sweater. So that's my Hinterland. I'm moving on to this blob of red. This is the Taylor's birthday sweater. She is downstairs. Hopefully she cannot hear what I'm talking about right now. And if she can, I'm sure she'll forget by November. So in November, she's turning 11. And in the world of Harry Potter, that's when you get your letter to go to Hogwarts. And so I'm making her, what's the name of it? I always forget. Mrs. Weasley's Home Knit Christmas Sweater by martaschmarta. I knit one of these for Cooper when he turned 11. He's now 12. So it's been a couple years since I knit this pattern. But yeah, I am made some significant progress. So on Friday when I recorded, that didn't work. I had just split for the sleeves and knit a little bit, just do like a bit of decreasing for the underarms, and then you knit back and forth. This is the back of the sweater. So since Friday, we've watched a couple movies, and this is just back and forth stockinette in worsted weight yarn. So it's perfect for in the movie room. And yeah, I made progress. So I think I'm just about at the neck of this, and then I will start the front. I've modified this pattern to knit the body in the round. I find that my gauge doesn't change that much between flat stockinette and in the round stockinette. So I decided to knit the body in the round, then I knit the back and I'll knit the front, do the shoulder seaming, and then I will knit the sleeves because they are also bottom up. I'll knit them 2 at a time because I have a couple more skeins of yarn, so I have lots of yarn, so I can do 2 at a time, 1 from each ball, and they'll be matching sleeves because I'm not great at counting decreases. So to make them matching 100%, I just cast them both on, knit them both at the same time, and then I will have to graft them into these armholes, which looks really deep at this moment. I'm going to have to do some measuring. Anyway, so made some good progress on this, and then on the front there will also be a T that is duplicate stitched in the yellow golden color. So that yarn is a Cascade 220, and the red color is Cranberry and the gold color is Sunflower. So there's all the details on that one. Moving on to my even heel socks. Sorry, everything is just kind of like, I just kind of threw everything in a pile down here. And you're getting the quick and dirty version, so I'm not cutting most of this out. And this is all tangled as usual. All right, so here are my even heel socks. So the even heel pattern is by Nikki Knits, and I will link to it down below, of course. And yeah, it's a super cool heel. You can do it either top down or cuff up, top down or toe up. Cuff down and top down are the same. And then it keeps your patterning seamless on the front here. So this yarn is the Regia Pairfect in the color 7137. So it's this nice teal, and then you get the pops of the dark blue and purple all the way down. And then you have a section of dark blue, which is for the heel, which I could have cut out some, but whatever. And then you get pops of the, maybe it's easier to see here, of the teal and purple through the foot in different striping patterns. So it's really cool to see how this works up. And I got another few inches before my toe, and then we'll be ready to start the second one. Yeah, so that's it for socks. Those are my take along project when I just need something easy to work on because I'm just in the round and round of the foot. What is next? Next is tangled with other stuff in my bee bag, which I won at Yarn Okanagan one year. And this is my Petal party top. So I've done a few rows on this, but not a lot. I really do need to buckle down on it. Once I get the lace pattern a little more memorized, I think it'll be a lot easier, but I'm finding that I am having to look at the pattern the whole time because it's not a complicated lace pattern, but it is, you know, quite a few rows that you repeat. So it's harder to memorize, but it's coming along nicely. So this is the sleeve cap. It's got a bit of texture on it. And then this will be the back and then the other sleeve. So this is the back of the work. So you do one of these for the back, one of these very similar for the front. I think the front has a bit different neck shaping. And then you sew it all together. Bada bing, you've got a spring top or a summer top or a top. So that is that. I should probably tell you the details. Oh goodness. I'm saying a lot of ums and ahs, aren't I? I'll work on that. This pattern is the Petal Party Crop by Samantha Guerin. And yeah, it's a good pattern. She's got lots of cute tops. And but yeah, I really like the look of this one. In one of her samples is knit in like this really rich blue color. Oh, it is just beautiful. Anyway, I don't have that yarn, so I use this yarn, which is Color Adventure Cashmere Sock in the Winter Bloom colorway. So there is that. All right, that's that one. I gotta keep going because there's more work in progress to deal with here. Next up is the baby sweater that I'm working on. And yeah, baby sweaters are quick, guys. Super, super quick. So there's it's so hard to see because I've got the sleeves on extra needles tucked inside the sweater. So, so it's just stuff everywhere. But there we are. The color patterning that this yarn is just beautiful. So I am knitting the Flax Light by Tin Can Knits. Their patterns are amazing. Super size inclusive, always have been. And everything from, oh, I got something in my eye. Fluff in my eye. Always have been. Super size inclusive, everything from little baby up to like XXXXL. So this is the 6 to 12 month size, and it'll fit some baby at some point in my life. I don't know. I'm not having any more babies, so it's not going to be mine. But yeah, I'm loving how this is working up. And there's a bit of this darker green if I wanted for the hem. But yep, just making lots of good progress on that. So I got like another 2-3 inches of body, and then we'll be good to go. So cute. Oh. And then there's a garter stitch panel on the sleeve. That's part of the pattern. So you don't have to put that in, but I think it looks good. So, what else? Oh, the yarn. The yarn on that one is Gauge Dye Works, and it is one of the sweater skeins of yarn. So it's specifically designed for a sweater, a top-down sweater. So you get that striping sequence is all built into the yarn. And it is a Merino twist is the base. And the colors are called White, Light, and Deep Blue. So I think that must be the deep blue is like the blue of the main body, and white light must be the color stripes. But there you go. there are all the details on that one. And I have one more work in progress. So as I've mentioned before, Cooper is in a learning community, and it turns out he has lots of teachers. So I am just knitting a plethora of hats with all of my scraps. So I've got one more in transit on the needles. So I didn't do as much ribbing on this one because I was worried about running out of green yarn. And guess what, guys? I ran out of green. So now I've switched to orange, and it's just going to be a super bright hat. But I've contrasted that with this really dark color. So the dark gray is a Knit Picks Mighty Stitch. I think the color's called Ash, but it's the dark gray. And then the fluorescent colors are actually from Ginger Snap, and they are leftovers from the sun shower sweater that I made for Taylor, which is a kit that I got from Ginger Snap, and the pattern is by Anna of the Bluebird Box. So you can look that up. It's super fun kids color work sweater. It is mostly like a silver gray, but then you get these pops of these super, super bright colors. So it's cool. I love it. But anyway, I'm using the leftovers for this hat. So I'm going to do the rest of the color work in the orange, and then the top will just be the dark gray. So yeah. Again, this is In Transit by Allison O'Mahony. And yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, hats are like, I'm just loving knitting on them because they're mostly mindless. A little bit of thinking with the color work pattern, and then lots of roundy knitting, and they're done so fast. Worsted weight hats, so fast, so awesome, so excited. Yeah, so I can't stop, won't stop. And that is it for works in progress, and we'll move on to stash. For stash this episode, I have one skein of yarn to show you. Unfortunately, you don't get to see my natural reaction to this because I opened it on Friday, which the recording I had to toss. So, I am part of the Fireweed Fibre Co. Star Trek Club. This is a year-long club where each month you get a mystery skein of yarn dyed in some sort of theme from Star Trek. So, anyway, long story short, I have opened my May yarn, and here it is. It's beautiful. Oh, I mean, clearly I like purple, right? So, yeah. This is her Sweet Pea sock, and I got the sock set with the one mini. You can get just the skein of yarn, one mini or two minis. So, choices, options. She does do them in 3-month bundles because shipping through Canada Post is ridiculous. They overcharge for a lot. So I get mine in 3-month packages, and then the months that I'm not supposed to open yet are in brown paper so that I can open them in the appropriate time, and I don't get surprised ahead of time. So yeah, anyway, getting back to the yarn, it's in 80/20 superwash merino nylon. There's 100 grams for the main skein and 20 grams for the mini. And yeah, there's like deep blue, deep purples, a bit of a reddish undertone, and then the pinks, and then this lovely lavender to go with it. So, and this May club is called A Time to Stand. And if I remember, I will put the inspiration photo in somewhere in here too. So you can see the yarn. Oh, just, it is so squishy. It's perfect for socks, but also for like anything else you wanted to do with it. So I'm going to have 12 skeins of it by the end of the year, and I have no idea what I'm going to make with them. Like, I think it would be super cool to make socks out of them all and have like 12 pairs of socks that all kind of go together. And then maybe use the scraps for something else. I don't know. But I'm going to collect them all first, and then I will decide next year what I want to make with them. I have enough things so far for this year. So that's it for stash. We will move on to next on my needles. For next on my needles, I have another teacher gift. So my daughter's teacher, she's still in elementary school. She has one teacher, and her favorite color is green. So Taylor and I picked out this lovely green out of my stash. This is Sweet Fiber, and in their Merino Twist DK. So it is 100% superwash merino, and the color is called Temperate. So it does have a blue-ish undertone to it, but it's meant to represent like the forests in the temperate forest. So I'm going to make the Gather hat and cowl set out of this. I'm pretty sure there's not enough to do a hat and a cowl out of this one ball, which is fine. I'm going to knit the hat first, and whatever's left I will put in the cowl, and I have this lovely charcoal. I think that's what it's called. Oh no, I lost, there's the tag. Charcoal, yeah. So it's the same Sweet Fiber, which way does it go? That way. And the superwash merino, so the same yarn, but I will do the cowl either striping or color blocked or something with both of those, because I'm sure that I will run out of the green. So I will do the hat first, and then I will assess where we're at. And I'm keeping this in one of my Costco baskets. I don't know why. I got them from Costco. Set of 3 baskets. They're perfect for holding yarn. So they're light and nice big handles, so you can carry them around the house. Because my yarn room is downstairs, but where I mostly knit is upstairs. So, you know. And I do have one other thing for next on my needles. So I have friends that are moving next month, and they are big Star Wars fans, like we are big Star Wars fans. So I thought it would be cool to knit them a Grogu, which is from the Mandalorian series. So I have these yarns. I've knit one before. If you check out my Instagram, you'll see it. So yeah, there's stuff in this yarn still. Yeah, so it's loops and thread. It's 50% wool, 50% acrylic. Yeah, but this is the yarn I used before. I have extras, so I have lots of the green and just the one ball of the brown. I might have other of the brown somewhere, I don't know. But anyway, I'll make that work, and I'm pretty sure I'll have enough for that. And so it's meant to be knit with fingering weight, and you make like a little guy. But I use the bulky yarn, and then we make like a big stuffy that's like huggable and squishable. So anyway, so that is that. And that is it for next on my needles. And we'll move on to events. For events, I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before. I am going to the Okanagan Knitting Retreat, which is at the end of May, and it's hosted at the Sorrento Retreat Center, I think it's called. There are still spots left if you're local or want to be closer or want to travel to this area. Yeah, it's a super, super fun time, very chill. There are classes you can take. There are lots of chill knitting time. You know, there's places to walk around. The food is all provided for you, so you don't have to do any cooking for the weekend, which sounds lovely to me. Yeah, so I'm very excited. It is more of like a camping type experience. It's not like a fancy hotel, but I'm in it. I'm there for it. So it's going to be very relaxing, and lots of knitting time, lots of hanging out with my yarny friends, and it's going to be great. And I hope that I remember to vlog along the way, because that would be fun. But also I tend to get sucked into whatever's happening in the moment and not take any pictures or videos. So I will work on getting better at that. And yeah, but that is coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm very looking forward to it. So move on to chatter. Well, I think I've already chattered to you enough about my trials and tribulations with recording, so we will just move on to the things that have been happening in my life. I have been reading a lot of books. I do listen to audiobooks while I work sometimes, depending on what I'm doing. And then when I'm doing like laundry and stuff around the house, I tend to just pop my earbuds in and listen to a book. So I have listened to The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes and Babylon's Ashes by James S.A. Corey, which is part of the Expanse series. It's like the next set of books. I'm not so, I don't know. I'm going to give that series a break for a while. I think I listened to too many in a row, and now I'm just kind of like, meh. But The Inheritance Games was an awesome book, and I've already got the second one on hold, and I think the third one's coming out soon. Cross my fingers and hope, because it's really good. I really enjoy that. It's very different than what it's not a fantasy one. It's more of a drama. There's some comedy thrown in, interesting character developments. I really enjoyed that one. And then the last one that I've been listening to is A Court of Mist and Fury, which is the second book in that series. The first one is A Court of Thorns and Roses, and this is by Sarah J. Maas. And I've read these before. I've listened to the audiobooks before, and I really enjoy the story. I think the second one is definitely my favorite. Like the first one definitely kind of sets up the world a lot and has some interesting things to it. But the second one, the main character, really, discovers who she truly is, and I find it very fascinating, and I love the world that she has created. This one is definitely fantasy, so magic and elves and fairies and bad creatures and, all sorts of stuff. Fun stuff. And I have been reading on my Kobo, The Lost World. I'm still working on that. It had to go back to the library, and now I have it back, so I need to finish that one. But I can't read it at nighttime because then I will stay up all night reading it. So can't read that at night. Gotta do an evening or afternoon for that one. And then I finished The Daughter of Red Dawn. It was okay. That's by Alicia Michaels. It was okay. I wasn't really drawn to it. It was all right. It was a good read, but maybe 3 stars, maybe 4, but not a 5-star for sure. And the one that I'm reading right now is called Buried Magic, and it's by T.J. Green. And there's a whole series. This one's very Wiccan based, and it's on Kobo Plus, so we get them all included in our subscription. So I might read all of them. I don't know. We'll see. Those ones I'm liking. There's a bit of a love interest. There's some interesting things going on, some discovery, stuff like that. So I am finding that one interesting enough. But not so interesting that I stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning. So that's perfect for nighttime reading. And my husband and I have been watching Critical Role Campaign 3, and we're almost caught up. We just have to watch the episode that from Thursday. We weren't able to watch that live one. So, and I don't know that we're able to watch the live one next week. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll watch it without him because I think he's busy. So we'll see. But we're almost caught up on Critical Role, and that is super fun to watch if you're into Dungeons and Dragons. What else has been going on? We've been getting outside a lot. I've been walking almost every day. We're going to go out for a walk in a little bit here, so that's going to be great. And it's been nice enough, warm enough that you almost don't even need a jacket. So depending on the day. Today I am going to wear a jacket because it might rain. It's really overcast and yucky out there. The roads were wet when I woke up, but it wasn't raining, and now they're dry because it's the Okanagan. So everything dries super fast. We were out quadding. I think I included some of the clips in the last video. And we are going quadding and camping next weekend. So I will have some more clips, and that will be in a different place. We're going to Republic. And so that's going to be super great. And camping is always fun. So I will put those in. Last week at Cooper School, they had a health and wellness day, and I did a workshop called Playing with Yarn, and I taught the teenagers, I guess they're preteens, I don't know, 12 and 13-year-olds, how to finger knit, and how to weave on a little like cardboard loom and how to make pom-poms. So that was super fun. It's interesting to see, you know, how they all took to different things, and some of the kids, you know, just were really into it and really wanted to you know, learn all of the things, and some kids just wanted to learn one thing and then just do that for the rest of the time. So it was interesting to see all of that, super fun. You know, and there was a couple kids who already knew how to knit and crochet and brought their own projects and worked on them, and so that was super cool to see too, is that there are, you know, other people out in the fiber world doing those fun things with their kids. So, and I went out last weekend, not this Friday, but the Friday before, with some girlfriends, and we went for pedicures and then out to dinner. It was a really nice time. Just all local places here in Lake Country, and just catching up with everyone. It was a small group this time. We have I have like a big moms group that we try to get together once a month, but you know, it doesn't always work out, but there we go. So it was a nice small group, caught up with some people, talked way too much, but it was super fun and always nice to get out to a nice restaurant, and they had gluten-free options, so hallelujah. And last weekend was also Mother's Day. I was totally pampered by my husband and my kids. Basically got to do whatever I wanted all day. I went on a walk, I sat in my chair and knitted, they made me pancakes for breakfast, we went in the hot tub. Yeah, it was just a very fun, relaxing day. I got some cute little cards and some handmade stuff, and yeah, just awesome. So really enjoyed that. And yeah, I will put in some clips of that too. I'm not sure if I caught the clip of my son say, he said, and let me think about this and get this right. He said something along the lines of he's going to appreciate when I make pancakes for him in the future, because they are a lot of work. So I think, you know, mission accomplished for that. Alrighty, well, I'm going to sign off here. The next few weeks of episodes will be definitely sporadic because I'm going to be away at the knitting retreat. So I may record something before I do that, and maybe after. So just over the next few weeks, it'll probably be some more vlog style videos as opposed to a proper sit down episode, but we will see you guys for sure at some point in the future. And so just know that the schedule for the next few episodes is going to be a little wishy-washy, but I will definitely get something up, and I'll definitely be posting on Instagram. So I hope to see you soon, and have a great week knitting. Bye!